Superlite V2 Part 2 right here. You've already seen the Punk's Custom 3D carbon wheels with the Proline Krawler tires. So you've already seen that. You already know that I've got the axles built. And for what we're going to do on here, we're going to work on the transmission with a Vanquish Dig, and we're going to work on getting it into a carbon chassis. Take a look. We're going to get this started with the transmission, the Vanquish Dig Unit right here. Notice there are 6 slots in there. That's awesome because it's going to be more accurate than what we have in the Capra and what was on the 10.3. So this transmission is a 3-gear and it came out of a SMT. You find these on eBay. They're usually takeouts of SMT because you got the guys there, they get the trucks and they part them out. Usually you can get a pretty good deal on it. So I'll see if I can find those and link those up as well. Jim Kidder, he had this and he wanted the one that I had for the full size. I want for the micro servo, the 99 micro right there. So we just simply did a little swap and now I can simply bolt it up. I don't have to fabricate anything. Now, the dig unit is going to add about 3.5 to 4 ounces when it's all said and done with the link and everything like that. I'm hoping, actually maybe a little bit more with the servo, I'm hoping I can offset that because this is chassis weight and I don't want the chassis weight. Hopefully I can offset that with the Holmes Snubnose V2 1400 kV revolver motor. So that should be light, I hope. And I'm going, rather than the 1080, which obviously you're not going to have, I have this ESC. Got this from Pete. And this is one of those prototypes. It's a silent revolver ESC. So obviously this is a whole lot lighter than a 1080. Virtually nothing. So hopefully I can offset the weight in the chassis with this combination right here. That's what I'm hoping for. And I'm also going to try to do a few other things in the chassis to drop the weight as well to offset for this. I really want the dig feature. So let's get busy. So first up, we got to put these in right here. Lots of thread lock. Jeez. The SMT10 transmission's got all metal gears. Now, as awesome as this is, you know, SV1 has got the plastic gears here and the plastic gear here. I've never stripped them out, but you know what? It's got them in here. I'm going to just keep going with it. There you are. This is going to be reused. And these, I'm just going to hang on to these because they'll be reused somewhere. And now this piece goes in. You clean all your stuff out because you don't want this thing wobbling. So make sure you clean all that out. Make sure it's a good fit. Give it a little wipe. Good fit, Vanquish. Nice. All right, that side looks good and clean. And there. Very nice pieces. I like. That is put together. Goes into there like that. This goes here. Not too worried about grease unless I hear some kind of noise in here, like I've got some kind of trash in there. That's just rubbing on that. Okay, that looks good. Now we have this right here. And this is actually already put together. I am going to add a little bit of grease to it. Just a little bit. If you add too much grease, sometimes you can get into more issues than what you want. Let me see how this is going to work out here. Let's see. Does have the set screw on it. Guess I'll get that put in. Now the set screw should keep this from sliding back on the shaft as everything gets broken in. If it slides back on the shaft, then you're also going to end up with like a drive and possibly a dig at the same time, which will effectively lock everything up. And you really don't want that. So, looking at the instructions, looks like all this was actually put together with the bearing and everything. So, I got to get this right here has got to go in. That is your output shaft right there. There's just very nice, very nice. So now that we've got all that put together, it looks like it is, see, because this right here was actually put together in the package. So I didn't do that other than sliding the shaft in. Now let's see if I can get all this to go together here. Yay! It is working. And I went with the black because you guys know I usually go, you know, all fancy schmancy and go with the, wow, okay. Wow, look at what I did there. There we go. But anyway, you guys know I like the chrome and shiny stuff, but all right, come on. That's correct. Oop. Making things shake a little bit, wasn't I? Anyway, that's it right there. So you're in drive right there to dig it, you bring it back, and that effectively locks this. Now there is a spot in the middle where you can get the rear end to go free. So, not sure how I'm going to set that up yet, but that's the transmission. So here it is with the 99 micro on it. Now there's a little bit of an issue. This is the actual links that came with the kit. And as you can tell, they are not going to work. So I have to come up with something really, really awesome here. And this is what that really awesome is. Two 3mm Traxxas ends butted up. And that right there seems to get exactly what I need done. Now when you turn it like this, so I can get this to engage here. There we go. Look at the angle of the steering horn. The servo horn. See how far out it is? So it has a lot of leverage on that dig. So it should be able to get in and out of dig under load with those leverages. So now as far as the drive goes, not really that much of a leverage advantage, but I do think this is going to work out pretty darn well. So now that I've got all this set up, it's time to lighten it. If you look on the back side, you see where I've got it marked with the marker? All of that has to come off and get cut and trimmed down. Got to make this thing light. The entire gear shroud, where the gear cover and all goes, all that's going to be cut off. Every bit of it. I'm going to cut some of the motor mount off as well. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting as to how much I can get off of this. I'm going to weigh it using grams and then weigh it again when I get everything cut. The entire transmission weighs in at 205 grams. Let's go ahead and just see real quick what the ounces is. 7.2 ounces. So now I get to take a bunch of this back off, cut it, and put it back together. So I've got this trimmed right here. You can see all through that I trimmed off. Got the servo mount trimmed off. And I also took out this gear and I put a plastic gear in there. So let's see where we end up. The plastic gear is obviously the bottom gear. 192 grams, and 6.8 ounces. Now, this is what's interesting. Okay, we were at 205 grams, right? Well, watch this. When it was all said and done, the plastic gear was like 3 grams. When it's all said and done, this was pretty much about the only weight that I was able to remove. But needless to say, it is in fact lighter. I've got work to do on the belly as well. No, I'm not going to cut into here or any of this, but I've got to take the outside piece off. That is designed to go into the C chassis. We don't have a C chassis. It's got to come off. That entire block you're looking at right there has to come off. But I've got to keep the bolt bosses in place. So it's going to be some careful hacksawing to get those off. Here's the belly trimmed up. As you can see, I've got all that cut off. And this will help keep the chassis rail straight, and it may have removed a gram or two, but not a whole lot. This plastic is really light, so. All right, belly is ready. These are the cheap $15 to $17 frame rails. That right there is the belly, and there's the transmission. Now, the belly is trimmed so the frame rails are straight. If the belly was not trimmed, there would be a bow, and it would actually cause this to go like that. We don't want that. We want to keep everything nice and straight and hopefully stress-free. So I'm going to get this bolted into here. I've got some bolts here from Team K&K, and we're going to get this thing bolted in. Making progress, and there's something already very different between these two. For this one to work with the dig, I've got to set it up like that. As you can see, that one is the other direction. Interesting. There it is, bolted in. Everything is ready to go. I'm not sure that I'm even going to put sliders on this. Don't know yet. But we're at 272 grams, 9.6 ounces. So far we are still under a pound. I would like the rest of the chassis components, the shock towers and all that wonderful stuff. I'd like to keep the entire chassis assembly under a pound. Time will tell. Okay guys, we're gonna wrap this one up right here. I had planned to get into all the suspension and all that, but I ended up getting way detailed on this. So hopefully you guys don't mind me kind of stretching this out so I don't have an hour-long video. You know, it's that's a little bit much. But right now the transmission and everything is set up. You guys saw the weights. I took all the electronics, servo, motor, ESC, which is nothing but a board, put it all into the body, set it on this on the weigh scale, and it came out to 3 pounds 10 ounces. So it's a little heavier than what I had hoped for. However, that's the same weight as the Superlite was. Okay, that's the same weight as the Superlite was with the plastic wheels, but this 3 pounds 10 ounces includes the brass. It includes the brass for the front knuckles. It includes the dig. So in some ways, I'm getting more truck for the same weight. So regardless, I'm a little bit excited, but I really want to at least make 3.5 pounds or 3 pounds 8 ounces. Anyway, guys, in that description are links for all this stuff that I'm planning to do to this. And now I get to restart because I've got a little bit of time right now and actually get started on the suspension video. So breaking it up like this will also help somebody that wants to know a specific part of the truck. They can search it and find it. So maybe this will work out better for everybody. So guys, in that description, those are the links that I just mentioned. AMain, eBay, Amazon, Horizon. Use those links. Make sure you're subscribed. And thank you all for watching. Guys, if you like what you see, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell. So, in the description, there's a link to become a channel member. If you want to become a channel member, it's a very simple $2, $5, $10, or if you really got some money, $25 a month. It's a simple way to support the channel. So, get that, and I am doing monthly giveaways for members only, so you might want to consider it. So, guys, use those links. Make sure you're subscribed. Thank you all for watching.